ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you to this Gita Paath session. Today we are going to discuss from Bhagavad Gita second chapter, verse number 19. As you know that we are discussing Bhagavad Gita as it is, and right now we are discussing the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and the section we are covering from the verse 11 to verse 30. This section entitled the knowledge of the soul. This section explains what is the knowledge of the soul. That is what this section is going to discuss. And in this section right now today we are going to discuss the verse is 19 verse 2.19. So I request all of you, please, if you have a Bhagavad Gita book, please kindly open the book 2.19 second chapter 19th verse, or if you have any mobile or laptop, you can just open this verse so that we can recite together, and then we will try to understand the meaning of the verse. So the slope goes like this way. Ya enam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhau tau na bijanito nayam hanti na hanyate. So Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna that actually Arjuna is very much in trauma that he is going to kill Dronacharya, Pitama, Bhishma, and they will be die. So here Krishna is giving assurance to Arjuna that they are not going to die. Why you are bothering so much about them? So he's telling, Ya enam veti hantaram. Enam means this soul. Enam. Ya enam veti hantaram. He is telling, veti means the person who thinks like this way, called veti. Ya enam veti hantaram. Those person who thinks like that, that soul. Hantara means the soul is going to kill. Those persons who think that the soul is going to kill somebody, this is the first case. Case number one. Case one, those who thinks that soul is going to kill. And the second line he telling, Yaschenam manyate hatam. Yascha enam manyate, and those who think that enam is the soul. Yascha enam manyate hatam. Hatam means the soul is getting killed by somebody. The first line is that those who think that the soul is going to kill, and the second line is that those who think that soul is going to be killed by somebody. So these are the two conditions here Lord Krishna has given. Okay, soul is going to kill and soul is getting killed by somebody. So now third line, see. Ubhau tau na vijanita. Ubhau means both the party, both the cases. Case number one, case number two. First line is the case number one, the second line is the case number two. Ubhau tau na vijanite. Both the party that do not know. Na vijanite. What they do not know. In the fourth line, Lord Krishna is telling what they don't know. Nayam hanti na hanyate. Nayam hanti, the soul doesn't get killed. The soul doesn't kill anybody. Nayam hanti na hanyate, nor does it get killed by somebody. Are you getting? The soul doesn't kill anybody, and the soul is not killed by somebody. Nayam hanti na hanyate. So that is the fourth line. Here the Lord is telling. So the meaning, you got to understand. The first line he is telling the soul doesn't kill anybody. Ya enam veti hantaram. Second line is telling yascha enam manyate hatam. Or somebody may think that soul is getting killed by somebody. Ubhau tona vijanate. These two cases, the people who think these two cases, actually they don't know that Nayam hanti na hanyate. It doesn't kill anybody, nor it get killed by anybody. So this is the concept he is telling. Actually, no one can kill you, my dear Arjuna, and you can't kill anybody. So this is what Lord Krishna is clarifying here, Arjuna. That nor nobody can kill you also, and you also cannot kill anybody. So this is very clear. Krishna is making the point very clear. So I am remembering a pastime from Srimad Bhagavad Puran. In Srimad Bhagavad Puran, there is a section where the Bharat Maharaj, the first life, he leaves his body remembering the deer, and the second life he gets the body of a deer. Because Krishna tells, Yamam Bapi Saran Mukta. While death, if whatever he thinks and whatever comes to your mind, we have to take another body to fulfill your desire. So the next body, he got a deer's body. And then, after quitting the body of the deer, he gets the third body, that is the life of Jadabharata. So the life of Jadabharata is like that. Knowingly, he was acting like a deaf and dumb person, so that nobody can bother him much, and he can peacefully practice his Krishna consciousness. So what happened? So because he was a deaf and dumb, so once what happened, the king was going in his palki, and that time, suppose you have to carry a palki, 4 persons are needed, right? So there were only 3 persons, and 1 person was missing, and they were searching for the 1 person. And that time they saw Jadabharata. Jadabharata was there, he was just wandering here and there. And then these 3 persons, they brought Jadabharata and engaged Jadabharata to lift the palki. And they were carrying. But what happened? The palki was not moving very smoothly. It was just moving here and there, and the king was not able peacefully. He was not able to get a peaceful ride. So the king questions, "What is the problem? Why you are shaking the palki? Why you are not taking the palki very nicely?" So then the 3 persons, they told that actually we were taking very nicely, but the 4th person whom recently we have recruited, he is not walking properly. So then the king gave a warning. Okay, you don't know who am I? I'm a king. Tell that person to walk properly, otherwise he may get punished. So they gave a threatening to that person, and after some time, again the palki started shaking here and there. And this time, the king became very angry, and the king started chastising Jadabharata. That, are you crazy? Are you not understanding what I'm telling? I'm the king of this place, and I can punish you for your offense because you are taking the palkin of king and you are shaking like this way. So I can kill you also. So are you not afraid of your life? In spite of so many instruction, you are not following the instruction properly. So why you are doing like this? So the king asked the person. And the king told that, I will chastise you and I will punish you for this offense. So that time, Jadabharata replied, he opened his mouth. And he told that, you can't punish me. Whom we will punish? To this body or to the soul? I'm not this body, I'm a soul. And that time the king got awestruck. My God, what is this person? Who is this person? replying in this way? So then the king thought that he might be some special person. Otherwise, how can such kind of a reply come from a? The king was thinking that he's a normal kind of a Sudra or dumb person. But generally, Jadabharata was a proper Brahmana and he was a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, and he was so intellectual. And the reason why he was shaking, he was not walking properly, because while they were carrying the palkin, there were so many ants were there on the road. And other three persons, they were not at all bothered about the ants. They were just walking on the ants, and the ants were dying. But being an Vaishnava, Jadabharata, being a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, he was so careful while walking. So he was making sure that his steps were not on the ants. And he was taking his maximum caution so that he should not kill any ants. And that is the reason the palkin was shaking. And the king became tense because of that. So just imagine a Jadabharata being an Vaishnava, how much he is careful that because of his action, not even a small ant should also die. This is an important lesson we can learn from it here. That just see here, here the devotees are taking so much of precaution not to kill even an ant. And what to speak of eating non-vegetarian food, killing an animal, cutting the throat and eating it. How much it will bring sins in our life. You can just imagine it. That's how Krishna tells that never commit any violence to others. Every living entity in this world, they have the right to live. Everyone are a creature of Lord. They are the children of the Lord. And this world is God's kingdom. And God is the ultimate father and mother. And we don't have any right to kill another animal, cut another animal's throat for taste of this 2 inch of tongue. Can you imagine? Once the food goes down the neck, everything is same and it comes out same. What is the difference? Just for this 2 inch of tongue, just for the taste of this 2 inch of tongue, we are cutting the throat of an animal. Can you just imagine how much pain they might be undergoing while this process, just for our satisfaction of this 2 inch of tongue? So it's very gruesome, sinful action. So we have to be very careful for this kind of action, that God has created all living beings, and we should be very compassionate and we will be very love. We should give our love to all these animals, that we can hear, understand from this pastime. So here Jadavarta is replying to King Rahugana that you are telling that you are going to punish. How come you can punish me? You can't punish me. I'm not this body. Come on. I'm a soul inside the body. At next, you can punish to the body, but you can't punish me. I'm not this body. I'm a soul inside this body. So that's what the here Rahugana is telling, the knowledge of body and the soul. What Krishna is telling, that you cannot kill or you cannot get killed by others, because your body is doing the action, the soul is not doing the action. And suppose somebody kills you, he is destroying this body, and immediately the soul comes out of the body and it goes to another body. Okay, so in that way, the soul is not taking part in any action and reaction. The soul is apart from all these things. That is what this sloka 2.19 is explaining here. And now, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is telling in the purport, he is telling that, okay, you are not killing and you are not get killed by others. So then is it promoting killing of other animal like slaughterhouse? So on that point, Prabhupada is giving his commentary on this verse. He's telling Krishna is not encouraging to kill. That, oh Arjuna, you are not killing, you will not get killed by others, so better kill the Pitama, Vishwa and Drona. Krishna, why is encouraging? Because that is the dharma. On the principle of dharma, a person can fight the war. Otherwise, we can't kill another animal or another human being, innocent person without any reason. So Krishna is not encouraging slaughterhouse. Otherwise, people taking these things, people can promote slaughtering of animals. So anything, killing any living entity is abominable, and it is against the law of the state, and also it is against the law of God. So Krishna is telling Arjuna to kill because according to the principle of dharma, because the Kauravas are in the side of adharma and Pandavas were in the side of dharma. If the Kauravas were not defeated, then adharma will prevail in the whole world. And Dronacharya, Pitama Bhishma, although they were so respectable, worthy people, but the problem is that they had supported Duryodhana, the adharma personified. And they are coming in between dharma and adharma as a building blocks. So now the thing is that it has to be broke. It has to be break. Otherwise, if you can't break it, then you cannot establish the dharma. That is the reason Krishna, in spite of Arjuna's, they were relatives, Krishna told Arjuna that you have to kill them so that the dharma can be prevailed. Until unless you won't kill Pitama, Bhishma and Drona, you cannot defeat Duryodhana. It is impossible to defeat him. So when you kill them, then only you can kill Duryodhana, and after killing Duryodhana, dharma can prevail in the whole earthly planet. That is the reason why Krishna told Arjuna to kill them. Otherwise, there is no other way. It's not that like nowadays, just for the taste of the tongue, people are killing the animal, they're slaughtering the animal left, right, center, like anything. So that is what Krishna is not promoting here. So you have to very clearly you have to understand this concept. So now verse 2.20 we will discuss. Verse 2.20 we will discuss, very interesting verse. Here it is explained how this soul is unborn. It has never born and it is not going to born. Unborn, eternal soul. 2.20 will recite the sloka. Na jayate miryate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya ajo nitya saswatayam purano na hanyate hanyamane sarire na jayate miryate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyo ajo nitya saswatayam purano na hanyate hanyamane sarire. So Krishna is telling again, is clarifying Arjuna that the soul is eternal and it is not going to die. It is unborn. Na jayate. Jayate means born. It has never born. Na jayate. Miryate va kadachin. Nor it is going to die. Miryate means die. Miryate va kadachin. Never it is going to die. So never it is going to born or never it is going to die. That is the first line. Second line. Nayam bhutva. Nayam bhutva means neither in the past. You may think that, oh, it is not born now. Maybe in the past it has born sometime. Nayam bhutva, nor in the past also it was born. Never it born. Never, ever, ever. And bhavita vana bhuya. Okay, then maybe in the future it will born. Nai bhavita vana bhuya, nor in the future it is going to born. Nor past, present, future. Krishna is clarifying. Nor in the past it has born, nor now it is getting birth, nor in the future it is going to born. So never there was a time when the soul is getting his birth. It is eternal. It is permanent. And then he is telling, Ajo nitya saswata. Ajo means what? Ajo means that thing which is not going to born. Ajo. Nitya, and it is permanent. It is always staying. Nitya. Saswata. And it is since the Saswat Kal, bolte na Saswat Kal se, since the time immemorial, it is present in this earthly planet. Ayam Purana. Somebody may say that, okay, it is present since so many time, so many days it is present, since so much long time. That means it might be very old. Ayam Purano. It is not old. It is ever fresh and it is not old. Although it is the oldest of all the oldest, it is eternal, still it is ever fresh because the soul is a spirit, part and parcel of God. And the quality of spirit is that it is ever fresh and it is always dazzling and always remains fresh. And then the fourth line, Krishna tells that, Na hanyate hanyamane sarira. Hanyamane sarira. You may kill the body, sarira, the body. Na hanyate, but it cannot kill the soul. Na hanyate hanyamane sarira. You may kill the body, but you cannot kill the soul. That is the concept here. Repeatedly, Krishna is focusing in this section that the soul is permanent, the soul is eternal, and you can may kill the body, but you cannot kill the soul. So it's like Prabhupada writes in the purport, what is the proof of the soul? The proof of the soul, that the proof for the presence of soul is that the consciousness is the symptom of soul. It's like a light is there, so the effulgence coming out of the light, that is the symptom of the light. So when you see a light, that means you know that there is a source of the light. Just like in the daytime, when you see the sunlight from your window, that means the sun planet has arisen in the eastern horizon. That is the proof that because the daylight has come, that means sun is there. Similarly, when you are feeling the presence of consciousness in your body, that means the soul is there in your heart. That is the proof of the soul. That's what Prabhupada is telling here. The consciousness is, when the consciousness goes, that means soul leaves the body. When a person dies, he's not conscious, right? He's laying on the ground and the soul has gone. Just like a sun has the symptom of sunlight, similarly the soul has the symptom of consciousness. That's what Krishna Prabhupada is telling here in this commentary to this purport. Prabhupada gives this point about consciousness. And then Prabhupada tells in everyone's heart, there is a soul and there is a super soul. There is a two things, Atma, Paramatma. So, our consciousness is that we know about this body. What is happening in this 6-7 feet body, we have the idea of that. But the supreme consciousness, he knows the past, present, future, and he knows about everyone in this creation. That is the difference between the individual consciousness and the supreme consciousness. We don't remember what we have done since 4 or 5 days earlier. We forgot, okay? Before 2 days, what exactly we are doing at this right time? If I'll ask you, then you will think, Prabhuji, I don't know actually what kya kar raha tha. You will think. But Krishna exactly knows what you were doing before 2 days, right now what you are doing, and what you are going to do in the future also, that also Krishna knows. That is the supreme consciousness. That is how, otherwise, if Krishna is not a supreme consciousness, then the teaching of Gita would be useless, right? Krishna has spoke this Gita and we are reading one sloka, discussing so nicely. Why? Because Krishna, the supreme consciousness, he has explained this knowledge, and there could not be a iota of defect in this Gita knowledge because it is spoken by the super soul, the supreme consciousness. That's what Prabhupada is highlighting here in this sloka. So the main point Prabhupada is highlighting in this point sloka is that the soul is neither killing anybody, nor the soul is get killed by anybody. The soul is eternal entity, and it is present in the past, it is present in the now in the present, and it will be present in the future also. It is an eternal, unborn entity, part and parcel of Lord Krishna. So this is the main theme today we discuss. So Bhagavad Gita part, we are studying this Bhagavad Gita in English language very systematically. Anybody wants to join our course can send me WhatsApp message on my number. My number is 9930366042. Then I'll add you in the group. So it's an every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. We will discuss Bhagavad Gita for half an hour in Zoom and YouTube live, and then we'll take question answer in the Zoom. So I'll end here, and you all can unmute yourself, and any comment you want to put, you can put your comments, or if you have any questions also, if you want to ask the questions, you can ask your questions also. So please feel free to ask your questions. And while asking the questions, please on your